All right, welcome back. So here we are with episode 24, and today we have the newly crowned world champion of Skratch Nerds Battle 2020, Barret. This was a really interesting talk for me, especially to see how quickly someone with the right focus can go from starting scratching and to winning a world title, which to me in a relatively short time. Yeah. So a few years ago, Cut and Paste Records and Playground, we did a small battle in the spring. I think it was 2019, and there was a guy who entered named Barret. So he made it through the qualifying round with a good but not really standout performance. And then when I was gathering the second round videos and kind of excitedly watching them as they downloaded, I noticed his round 2 was a big step up. And I was kind of thinking, is this a strategy in play? It seemed so, but when I looked him up online, I couldn't find many videos. There was just little snippets of some scratch jams in Madrid and stuff here and there, so I really wasn't sure. And then came a semi-final round, and I was like, okay, yeah, this guy is strategically holding back round on round, building a scratch vocab each time. It was clear to me that it was calculated, and that he was probably much better than I was seeing. I remember thinking that and talking to some people about it, and I was thinking if he can do that in the final rounds, he'll definitely win, and keep upping it, and he did. And then talking to him, coordinating his prize winnings and stuff, I could tell he was a really nice, humble guy, which is always a great trait to have when you're really talented. And then came the 2020 Skratch Nerds Battle this year, just over the winter. So if you follow Skratch Nerds Battle, then the last 2 years it's had over 100 entries. I think 2 years ago it had 120 something. This year maybe 140 something, which is crazy huge for a scratch battle. When it gets down to that top 8, it's just chock full of world champs from other battles, very, very high level. So he's moving forward through the rounds, and I see he's kind of doing that same strategy a little bit, maybe a little bit less because of the high level he has to go through. And he gets matched against Tsuyoshi, so the guy from Japan who just won the world scratch battle of IDA 2020, which was kind of the biggest scratch battle, if you will. And he did it again. He won that round. I remember sending him a message holy shit, did you see the judges' scores? and then he moved on to win the world title on top of that. So I guess that sums up my kind of fascination with him, or curiosity about him. Let's get into it. Let's be sure to follow Barret and Skratch Nerds on YouTube and social media. There's links in the description, and I've used his final video here, or final round video from Hardcore Skratch Nerds 2020 to kind of showcase his talents. And quickly apologize for the clicking in his audio. He actually had a nice mic and everything set up, and I was testing some new virtual routing software for the audio, and turns out I couldn't hear it in the monitor. We didn't hear it, but in the recording, his audio track has some click on it, and there's not much I can do about it. So it's not too bad. I listened to the whole thing. It didn't bother me, but apologize, and I think I've got it figured out now, actually, what it was. So apologies on that. Sorry to you too, Barret, for adding that click in there, but it's just what it is. So enjoy it, guys. It's a really interesting talk, really nice guy, and I really look forward to see what he does in the future, because he's still very fresh and new to the scratch game. All right, enjoy.
You wanna fight? Fight me. but your style is no match for mine.
Congratulations, world champ.
Thank you too much, man.
It's pretty exciting, yeah.
It's weird to me to hear that because I can't believe it.
And it's not like
It's crazy.
it's not a small battle, you know. It's there's so many good people in this
Yeah.
battle, and you win against like other world champions, you know. And yeah,
Yes, man, it's crazy. All these DJs are reference for me, and when I saw the results, it's crazy. I don't know what to say because I saw their videos thousands of times in the last years, and for me it's a fucking honor. It's
yeah,
I don't know what to say. They are killers.
yeah, man. Well, yourself too as well. Like, so how old are you?
28.
28. Okay, okay. I wasn't sure. You have a very young face too, so it could be anything. I think. And you live in Madrid, or you're from Madrid, or
Yes, but not in the center. In a little town, well, little city in the in the outside area of Madrid.
okay, okay. So yeah, nearby. I've never been to Madrid. I spent some time in Barcelona, hanging out with Serm and Tommy and the Scratcher guys, you know, and but
I know. I'm a good friend from Tommy and Surma,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they told me.
Yeah, yeah. And also and I know Solo and Dat Flex, you know, from Madrid, but I still haven't been to Madrid. I need to go and spend some time there. I love Spain, man. It's actually like Barcelona is my favorite city, and when me and my wife were buying our house here in Prague, we were like, why are we not buying a house in Barcelona again? Why are we moving here? I mean, we have family here, so it's
Yes,
easy to
man.
live here. But yeah, but I love Spain, man. It's such a great place, and the weather is amazing as well compared to Prague. But so when did
I
you?
love Barcelona too.
Yeah, man. When did you start scratching, or when did you even start DJing, or how did this start for you? You know?
Well, I start at 14 with because I like electronic music and this, but at the age of 16 I stopped with it, and in 2016 then I bought a mic, a computer, and a friend wants to rap, and I say, okay, if you are going to do rap, someone has to do the scratch, and then I bought a mixer, and
Nice,
this
nice.
is the beginning of this story.
Okay, I see, I see. So, and when
Because
you were into
well,
electronic music, what styles were you listening to then when you were 14, 15, 16?
I don't know
Was it like house
how to
music
say.
or
No, hard style.
mm,
We call here pokey style.
mhm.
I don't know how,
I don't know it, but I don't know a lot
but
of genres of EDM stuff, so yeah. So
yes,
pokey style.
I don't know. Máquina style. Some people call like this here.
Nice, nice. And then you said you stopped at 16, so so you stopped you DJ'd for a couple years basically, and then you stopped. Or you kept going until you started
Yes,
scratching.
but um, really, when I start at 14, I didn't know anything
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
about scratching.
yeah,
I
of course.
never
Yeah.
tried,
Never
and
listened to it.
the first time I I started with this was in 2016,
Yeah.
and when I tried,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain the feeling because I saw the videos, and I thought, oh, I can do this. And when I put the first time in front of the mixer, I said, "Mm, I don't sound like the videos I see." So there's something here that I have to practice, or I have to change something here. And I discovered this world, and it's fucking amazing, man.
Yeah. Do you remember who you were first watching, or like was there somebody when you were in 2016 that you were like, that's the fucking guy, or that's the thing I want to do, you know? Do you remember anything like
I
that?
suppose to the first videos I see was Cuber videos, and
No.
I don't know, because I searched scratching videos, and
Everything,
I
yeah, yeah.
saw the first videos you can see in YouTube. So
Yeah, yeah. And when you started scratching, it was just did you have any other friends who were scratching? It was just you and your rapper friend, or yeah, so just
no,
learning
no,
from videos, seeing on the videos, yeah.
I haven't any reference. Only once I met a DJ from here, from Madrid, and I saw the first time a guy scratching in front of me,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was my first reference, but it was something like in this time I didn't I don't know how to say it,
Like you didn't know
but
anybody in the
when I
social DJ scene, kind of scratch scene, yeah.
no, 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 I have any idea of
Yeah, yeah.
anybody. And the first reference here in Spain that I knew for sorry, was Scratcher Madrid.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna
Scratcher
ask.
Madrid people.
And that was probably what?
And
When did you first go to the Scratcher Madrid meetup? 2017 or 2018 or?
yes, and at the beginning of 2017,
Yeah.
but in December of 2016, Jose Rodriguez
Hmm.
um, organized, or I don't know how to say it, organized
Yeah, organized. Yeah, yeah.
uh, a battle in Malaga, and then I went with a friend, and this the first time I saw a scratcher,
Yeah, scratch battle,
um,
and lots of scratchers,
a
right?
scratch me without of DJs,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and then it's when I saw the level in Spain, and
The
the
high level.
the yes, yes, I meet a lot of people there, and uh, I saw that here in Spain there was an amazing skills and level, and
And scene as
a lot
well,
of
it
DJs
seems.
here.
Yeah, like when the scratcher events happen in Spain, there's always huge amount of people, it seems, like much bigger than a lot of other countries meetups I go to. Uh,
Yes, we have a WhatsApp group, and there are near to 2,000 DJs.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. And so, when I first saw you was actually later. Was when you entered the Scratch Battle Royale thing we made with Cut and Paste Records. That was actually the first time I saw you. And I remember in the first round, you obviously entered something where you were like, I'll be a little, I won't show everything, in this round. I feel like, and then the second round, I was like, because the second round was when it caught my attention. Like you made it to the second round, and then the second round, I was like, oh, he was hiding stuff in the first round. He wasn't using all of his scratches and his vocabulary. And then I was like, oh, this will be really interesting. I can tell that he has more that he's not doing. He's holding back. And then in the third round, I was like, yes, I knew it. I knew it. I knew he had more. I was telling Somatic, the cut and paste guys, like, watch this guy, man. I'm telling you, he's holding back. I don't know who he is, where this guy come from, but and yeah, and it was really impressive. And then I looked at your videos that you had put online, like from some Scratcher meetups in 2018, and just your YouTube videos. And it's really interesting because it seems like you were good in 2018, very good, like good as many people out there. But the difference between you 2018 and 2019 is big. Like you got much better in 2019, and then you can see, in 2019 you're winning these local battles and some online battles as well. Like the one I mentioned, the spring battle. I know you also won some other things like the Scratcher battle, right? You got first place there as well in
Sorry, the last
2019.
in 2019. But what you asking? What battles I won?
Yeah, I think you won 3 or 4 in 2019.
Four, I think,
Yeah.
because the first was Spring Battle Royale. Then I won no three battles.
There's Cut
That
Salon,
Good Salon that
the
it's
San Freudance portable battle.
four, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
some
Scratcher
dance.
Barcelona, spring cut and paste.
These four battles, and then the second place in Ortophone
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy to
was an
me, like to think that you just got into scratching in 2016. 2017 is the first time you're around, a big scratch meetup. You're seeing the guys who are much better at the time, and it's like I know how that first time you go to a big one like that, you're like, oh shit, I'm not good at all. I thought I was good. That's how it was for me. Oh wow, I thought I was good, and now like I'm not good at all. Like there's so much more to learn,
yes. I
and
I I got that feeling because I want to jam with other DJs, and I didn't know what to do when
yeah, of course, like how to
I was
QA, counting bars, all this. Yeah, yeah, it's amazing.
yes, I knew that I have to practice a lot of hours to get this level, and I like to practice,
Yeah,
so
it
it was
shows it
the
shows you
perfect
practice a lot.
combination.
And so and I'm guessing this is after you're probably, let's see, 2017 you would be 24. So you're probably just finished university, or you were still doing some school, or what were you doing,
No,
school or
I
working, or
I studied sound guy. I don't know
like
how
sound engineer,
to yes, but not a career. It's like a specific
technical school, or
formation.
yeah.
Yes,
I did the
and
same thing actually. That's yeah.
I was working 3 4 years, and but the type of work that I did was congress events.
Yeah, like at the Grand Fira or
For
the yeah.
yes, there's no music events, only conference, congress,
Yep.
and this stuff. So I studied this because I love music. So I decided to stop, and then I start to buy a computer, a machine, some.
Music
I hope
production equipment, yeah.
exactly, and then I decide to stop and stay a few years doing this, and then Scratch appears, and
Yeah.
I was 5 years scratching only, and now I start to work in assembly line because this fucking COVID has the industry of
Yeah, man.
events.
Yeah,
Um,
it's all. I mean,
it's
there's a lot of events that I do with friends, and like we do Sample Music Festival, which is Berlin, and we also started a new one in Dubai and Frankfurt, and all of that canceled last year. And events we had in Barcelona, Mobile World Congress, we always go to, do this, and canceled, and lots of, yeah, it was great. Like I had Airbnbs booked through the year and all sorts of things ready, and it just all canceled. Yeah, it's crazy for events, man, real crazy. That's why behind me again is in the background that I have in the podcast, it's Cassiopeia. It's the club we love in Berlin that always we throw a sample music festival at, that of course is closed down, struggling to keep paying their rent so they can survive. And yeah, it's real crazy, man. So wait, assembly line. What is it? What are you guys building, or what are you working on? What are you making?
It's, I don't know how to say it. When you have um, you have to keep the routers and off service
Yeah, like service all the.
racks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we build the box.
Like the server
The box.
racks.
Yes, exactly. The
Okay.
server
Yeah,
racks.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
8 hours per day, I
Just going right.
putting
Yeah,
things
yeah, yeah.
in a bag, all day the same thing.
How long have you been doing it now?
For 5 months, 4 or 5
Uh-huh.
months.
Yeah. Are you allowed to listen to music while you're working or anything like this or
No,
yeah, it's
it's
like against
I
it because it's dangerous or something if you're not. Yeah, yeah.
yes, there's a radio in the
Yeah.
place, and we are listening all day Rosalia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. And do you have some friends there or is it just like typical work people, like
Yes, it's nice people, but
yeah.
it's I don't know how to explain it, but each person go to work, and then
Yeah, it's kind of nice
we
that you
all
don't
go.
have to go home thinking about like, oh, I gotta figure this out, and there's also that like thing that about it's
Yes,
quite
yes,
nice.
exactly.
You can just
I enter
disconnect.
at yes, exactly. It's the good part of this, because I enter at 7 o'clock, and I get out at 3 o'clock.
Mm.
So
Yeah, you have
when
a nice
I
full
finish,
day.
I go home, and see you tomorrow.
Nice, nice. So, yeah, what I was mentioning earlier with this the scratching, like it seems it's a pretty quick time frame from like starting to winning a world battle. So it's, and so and
Yeah,
also like looking at the difference between your scratching videos from, I don't think I've seen any from 2017. Maybe I have, but 2018 to 2019, there's a big leap in your and how sharp everything is in your like scratch vocabulary. And I could see in 2018 you're working a lot on the like whip tears and
yes.
tears and a little bit of thumb hydroplanes and then now 2021 this recent hardcore scratch nerds you just killing it with those whip tears and all your combos and the hydroplanes everything and the tears and tasers. Like I really love your style, man. Like it's really nice. Yeah, really really nice. So about to back to 2017, you're buying some gear. What was the first? Did you get some nice turntables right away and a nice mixer, or what was your first kind of DJ setup?
My first setup was a C2,
Mm,
Native Instruments C2, um, because I have some money, because I was working in this year, and I go to the music shop and I bought it. And I was very lucky because a friend has a techniques in his home, because a friend forgot it in his home,
mm.
and he doesn't want to have it at home, so he gave it to me. So
Nice.
I've got a nice
Like
turntable
yeah,
since the beginning, and for free.
yeah, that's amazing. Nice. Yeah, I noticed like in your
And
battle
then
videos, you have a lot of mixers now, right? You have quite a few versions.
yes, because I don't know how to explain it, but bec- because I didn't live
Live.
the mm, the first of the beginning of this culture.
You're right.
When I see
Yeah.
this all of these videos, I see all the mixer and all this gear, and I love the aesthetic and
Yeah.
how it looks. And I have a good friend that collect mixers, and I start to buy mixer because I love to try one, and I only do scratch in my life.
Yeah.
So why not to buy all of these things, because I'm going to enjoy that.
Yeah, man. I'm the same. I have like so many mixers. My wife's always, like, oh, let me guess, you got a good deal. You got a good deal, huh? That's always my excuse. Oh, I couldn't pass it up. It was a great deal. And if I wanted to get rid of it someday, I could sell it for more than I got it.
I talk the same with my parents, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, always, always. Yeah, because I noticed like the between rounds you were switching the mixer sometimes, in these
Yes,
battles. Like
but the Vestas, I have it,
the white
the
yeah,
white
the
one,
O
yes,
the O eight.
008.
Yeah.
These Vestas I bought it, a month earlier that
The
the
battle.
battles begin. And the Roland mixer I bought it, in the third round.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I and I've got a Pro 2 in at home, so I installed it to the mixer,
Ah. I was wondering if you
and
were using the mini Inno and that it comes
no,
with.
no,
Because I was like,
no.
that's like a statement in a way. That's almost like saying like, yeah, I'll just use this 120 euro mixer, no problem, mini Inno. Yeah, that's funny. I
No,
I I, I was
I
wondering
installed,
that. Yeah.
I installed a Pro 2, so I, I when I tried for the first time, this new sensation motivates me to scratch, more. I don't know how to say it, but when you have another sensation, a new sensation that you
It gets you
you
excited,
hear
right? And
different scratch. I don't know how to explain, but
no, for sure, for sure. I switched to a hack mixer, like maybe whenever IDA was. I plugged it in like kind of like you said a week before I had to record for IDA scratching, and I was like, oh wow, the Eternal Fader's so much lighter. I was moving from a Rain 57, and then just the other day I needed to record scratches for a hip hop friend for his album, and
uh-huh.
I plugged the Rain back in to use the Serato, and I was like, holy shit, this fader's so heavy and thick, and like it also I needed to be clean, but it was really thick compared to the feeling, to the hack, and I was finding myself with the scratches I was doing for his hip hop stuff. I was doing way slower and more, premiere style scratches than going crazy clicks, and it definitely influenced immediately like the style of scratching. And I started my arm was getting so much sore when I would have hardcore scratch session with this thicker mixer, and I was like, oh, I like it. So I've kept the hack now in a box because it was too easy. I need to. I'm gonna treat myself with it later when I get better again on the rain. Yeah. So yeah, I can see that. Yeah, yeah. That Roland mixer is a funny one. Like I had the DJ Tech, the basic black one. It's and I bought that
But
for
it's the
like
same.
yeah, it's the same mixer. I bought it for scratch jams to have an extra mixer, and it wasn't bad. I liked it. And then my friend also had the Roland one, and he was moving, so he left the country, and I sold it for him. But so I had it for a little while, and yeah, it's exactly the same, but it looks cooler. It looks really cool with the Roland
Yes,
style.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, man, that was a cool little mixer. There's a few mixers that like there was a mixer a Russian guy gave me, a Newmark, I don't remember the model, but it has a built-in effects, and it also has curve control. It's a blue mixer. It looks stupid, and it has an effects section that you can actually do pre or post fader. You can have like six style of effects and a wet dry knob and a BPM button to tap the beats per minute. And it's a great little mixer. Like I got it for free from a random, techno DJ guy, and like, uh, and I actually liked it a lot. And it was great for loop pedal scratching, And the fader was a pretty sharp cut, not great, but it's a straight cut, it was fine. Like, and I have that mixer in a box, but I still like it. And like, if people saw it, they'd be like, "Oh, talk shit. What are you doing with this mixer?" But it's
I
actually like really sounds great too. It sounds really good. This mixer. But yeah, they're out there. The secret mixers that nobody knows about.
yes, there are a lot of mixers that we didn't know, but
Yeah.
then you try it and you get surprised because mm, you didn't expect that it was going to work like that, and then you are feeling good using this mixer for scratching, and
Yeah.
maybe you didn't thought that it was going able to work to it.
Yeah, I can't remember which turntables you're using in your videos. Actually, to be honest, I know you're using some ultra pitch records, but because I remember you're using the
Uh,
cut and paste one. But what do you prefer?
Acura, Akiyama Akura, I was using, and maybe the Vestas
PDX.
EDX to 2000.
Hmm. And what do you prefer? Like, you prefer ultra pitch versus like normal pitch records, or
Yes, man. When I discovered the ultra pitch world, my mind changed
yeah,
because it's for practice. Um, Yes, I don't know how to say it, but when you want to practice with phrases, with vocals, I think that it's great to be able to slow down the pitch, and you are getting control of each part of the phrase.
yeah. Each
I don't.
syllable like that. Yeah,
Yes, I I like a techniques turntable, but if I can choose a ultra pitch turntable, I always
yeah, yeah.
choose
It's
it.
the same for me. I think I also get kind of stuck using only ultra pitch and ultra pitch turntable record, and then I goes to a friend's place and they have only a techniques, only normal records, and I'm like,
I don't
not
know
so happy.
what to do with this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Scratching pretty bad, and like, yeah, like, but
And
yeah.
when you drop the record, the slow start,
Yeah, yeah,
it's I don't like
yeah.
it.
It's crazy too because techniques were such a like what I got my first technique similar to you. A friend's dad, he had a pawn shop, like a shop, people sell used electronics, and somebody brought in two techniques that their house got robbed, and but then they found the stuff that the thieves had stole from them. So then they got their techniques back, but they'd already been given money for the insurance, so they bought new techniques. So they were like, "I'll give you these techniques if you help me move some furniture in our house." So I went there and like helped them move furniture in their house all day, and they gave me two, like, they were from 1994 techniques with fingerprint dust
Oh,
from the detectives had put, because they were looking for the thief's fingerprints. There was fingerprint dust on
oh my
everything, and
god.
it was really strange to clean off. It like stained one part of the case, and but I got free techniques also, so basically free, yeah. And before
That's nice.
this, I had belt drive turntables that were like Gemini's or something, and yeah, crazy. You try to juggle something, it was insane.
Yes, I my one of the first turntables I got was belt drive, like Gemini that you say, and
Yeah.
this is
Well,
this is a shit.
it's funny because I remember when I first started seeing portables, and I first trying it with a friend of mine in 2013, I think. He was making faders, and he was trying it with the basic Newmark, and I liked it a lot, and I modified like a Newmark that was kind of a suitcase Newmark, like a, and anyways, I made it and I loved it. And my friends were always like, "It's so horrible to scratch on that thing. I don't know what you're doing and wasting your time." And then it became popular, and now they all have portable turntables with all the mods and stuff. But it's interesting that like the belt drive doesn't matter that much on the little turntable when you're scratching. Like it's with a good platter on there, it feels really solid. It's surprising how the belt drive can work. So what about
Yes,
with portables?
because
Are you scratching much on portables? I know I saw you won a portable battle, but do you yourself scratch on them often?
I don't usually use it, but I have two portables. I have the Numark
Mm.
and the Reloop Spin, and but honestly, I don't use it too much. I prefer to stay at home and use a regular mixer.
Yeah, I haven't been using mine much at all the last year and a half or so either. My portable. Also, I haven't been going out at all, so that's probably why. There's nothing to do.
the,
No one to meet.
the
Yeah.
situation doesn't let us go out and enjoy the scratch with other guys in the street.
Yeah. And so I'm curious, before 2018, I know you enter Scratcher Battle in 2018, yeah? Also,
Mhm.
what was the first battle that you entered? Was it the Scratcher Battle that you went to Malaga or in 2017?
Yes, it was the first time, but
Yeah,
you
how'd it
can see
go?
the video
Oh yeah.
YouTube. I didn't knew nothing, absolutely nothing, because I didn't know to do any chirp, any flare, any.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. Really
I
nothing. Yeah,
I was a disaster, man.
yeah. But yeah, that's and also I'm sure you were super nervous also on top of that, right? Like
Yes, because I'm very nervous because I have to learn to scratch with people
yeah.
at the same that I scratch at home. I don't feel I don't know, but I don't feel the same.
Of
I
course. I mean, it takes a lot of scratching with people until you don't feel nervous anymore. And even then, in the right situation, like a battle, you'll still feel nervous. Everybody does. But like, yeah, I mean, I remember the first battles I entered and being in front of people, I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I so horrible all of a sudden? The adrenaline rushing and you're
yes,
a little shaky and your
yes, man.
your
The
fader
hands,
clicks are strange and yeah. You're like, what the fuck? I swear I'm better than
yes,
this.
man.
I swear. Yeah. No, yeah, it's a thing for sure. Like everybody, and I think there's an interesting like difference between having an online scratch battle and having a in-person scratch battle. It's a huge
Yes,
it's just completely it's like I think online is kind of like turning in a school assignment, like you have a big paper you need to turn in for school, right? You have a lot of
yes,
time, you can spend all your time focusing and trying over and over till you get the perfect thing you're going to turn in to the teacher and hope that they like it. And then
yes,
the
yes, yes.
in person is like it's a big difference. Yeah, it's a really big
Yes, you
difference.
you want only one opportunity and you have to
Yeah.
to get it because you can't stop and start the game
No, yeah.
like a in
Like,
a online battle.
yeah. How
I
many
don't.
times are you recording? Like let's say for the final round of this hardcore Scratch Nerds, what's your process for
Uh,
recording? How are you doing it?
it's crazy because this year I can how I can say this. This year, the last year, I have a lot of problems to get one take, one good take.
Yeah.
But this year, um, I haven't. these problems, but always you want to do it better.
Yeah.
So I was the entire week recording all day, all night. I don't know how many takes I have been deleted because it's crazy. The video I record for the final. I recorded it the same day that
turn it
I
in.
have to upload the video.
Yeah.
So I was all the week practicing and recording myself, and the take I choose was in the last day, 3 hours before I sent the video. So and if there's another week to record, I was spending all this week recording takes, and it's crazy. I have a lot of stress when I recording, because I want to have a good video, and always there's some details and some things that I want to get better, and it's impossible to me to have the perfect video for me, but
Seemed pretty perfect.
I have to practice. I have to practice more, and it's all.
Yeah, it's interesting always, because I'm sure you hear a mistake or something that you don't like, even in the one you turned in, when like other people.
Sorry, can you repeat
Yeah, I
the
think
last thing,
like a
please?
lot of times when you're recording, like the person who's recording will hear mistakes or things they're not happy about when like everybody else doesn't notice, you know? Like
Yes, yes,
it's something always to think of. Like, yeah, you listen back, you're like, oh, that one part, that's such a mistake, and then somebody else is like, I love that one part.
yes, yes, yes. I I have the I have this sensation, because maybe when I record a video, I send it to a friend, and I say to him, I can't do it better, man. I was recording all the day, and this video is the best I can get.
Mm.
Yeah, and they tell me it's crazy. I like the video, and I was like, it's a normal video.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Who are you asking for? Who are you sending your video for input?
you know Jules DJ
Uh-uh.
from Madrid,
Mm-mm.
Jules DJ and Chris K from Madrid too. Datflex.
Yeah, these are your scratch
Um,
homies.
yes, yes. We Big Phalanges, Ivan de Jota, a lot of friends to from here to
Yeah,
that they are reference for me. So it's important to me that they tell me his opinion,
yeah, yeah.
and for
Let
me it's
this.
very important.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do. This last IDA, I asked the whole Czech Scratch group we have, like a group on Facebook, and I send them like, okay, here's draft version, here's take A, take B. Which one do I turn in? Like it's up to you guys. I can't pick anymore. And they pick B, and after I turn it in, I send the draft to I can't remember, to Swords, and I send it to Dejaculate from UK, and Jimmy Penguin, and I'm like, which one, guys? And they're all like A. And I'm like, shit, I returned in B. I'm like, everybody else told me B. And they're like, yeah, definitely A. And I was like, oh, man. And yeah, so all the guys who I should have asked first, because they're like, in my head, my heroes or whatever. They're like, nah, the other one. I'm like, fuck, I already turned in B. Whatever. It's what it is. But it was interesting to ask everybody and get everybody's opinion, like, and yeah, and I kind of let the community decide, like, okay, I'm representing Czech, so what do you guys think? Which one's the good representation,
Yes, yes.
like, Yeah, and I couldn't decide.
It's
Yeah,
important to hear the other people opinion, because it's like music. Someone likes a style, and another one likes other style, and all the opinions are valid to
of course. Yeah,
all
yeah.
the
Yeah,
I
I mean, you can see it.
I
You can see it in the judging, like the judges' scorecards, right? Like when we have a top three, where it's three very good guys, right? Like it's very subjective at that point. It's and unless somebody make a mistake or, but yeah, and then you see like, okay, this guy, this judge, his these two guys, their first guy is this guy, but the other guys, that's their third guy. You know, the other two guys. It's very interesting to see. Like it's very opinion based at that point. Yeah, definitely. I think when I try to judge a battle, I just try to say like at that level, it's like was everything on beat or on time, no mistakes, no stutters, no misclicks, and then at that point it's who has the bigger vocabulary. I mean, for me,
yes,
like it's if one guy's drilling base like good combo but over and over and over the same combo, uh, and then the other guy is constantly changing his what he's saying, what he's scratching with, and it's like, okay, the other
yes,
guy wins, like bigger vocabulary wins. Uh, yeah, which I think that's a big reason why you did so well is like your vocabulary is really big. Like it's, I mean, I think if I was to sit and count, uh, it's like every two bars, it's a new combo. Sometimes one bar combo, one bar, and I think that that really is a big help to win these kind of battles.
yes. These things are I'm practicing these things because when I see videos, I I think that these type of things make the difference. When see I don't know, IQ, this type of DJs, they aren't doing combos. They are scratching.
Yeah,
They are thinking what they want to sound, and they are making it. So this is a top level, and I want to try doing things. I don't know what to say. I try to do different things all the time, but
yeah, keeping it varied. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not want to compare with IQ. No, no, I'm not telling
I
this.
think
I'm
I
not
think you
telling this.
could I think you could easily
Of course,
compare with IQ. Myself, I
I,
would like. I would love to watch a scratch session with you and IQ. That would be dope. Yeah.
no, I don't tell in that. Simply, it's the type of scratch I see like a reference, or Suyoshi, man. This guy is a fucking I don't know
Yeah, he's
how
he's
to
super
say it.
he's super clean, man. His I mean you're super clean as well, but his scratching is very clean. Like this that's what stands out with Jose Rodriguez, like his just like super precise, sharp, clean scratches. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, man. Jose is the Spanish killer. Is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jose Spain? Jose is here, and then the rest of DJs,
I don't know. I
because
don't know about that. I don't know about that. You're pretty close there, buddy.
I'm going
You're up there. You're up
a
there.
little bit,
I
but Jose
No, yeah,
is
he
still in
is.
the top
He
in
he
Spain.
came he came to Sample Music Festival for Clash of the Titans in I think 2018, and yeah, he's a super nice guy as well, man. Super fun guy, always smiling,
Yes,
always
yes,
joking, like really cool guy. It
yes,
seems
yes, yes.
seems like he does a lot for the scene in Spain as well. Yeah, for the scratch scene there, throwing battles. So what was?
He
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, he did a lot of things
Yeah,
for the culture here in Spain.
yeah, it
He
seemed like it.
he is a fucking reference for all of us.
Yeah, yeah. And what was the actual first battle that you won then, or
Uh,
even place
I
top
think
three or whatever?
top three. I get second place in a little battle here in Madrid, but it was a little thing. The
Hmm.
the first time I won was a Spring Battle Royale,
Okay, okay, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, yeah.
and I get it. It mean a lot of me this battle because it's the first time I participate in a high level
Yeah,
battle,
yeah.
and I have the
The
prize
record.
in a yes, I
Have it on the wall.
let me see.
That was a cool prize as well, like winning all the cut and paste catalog and the secret scratch record that nobody else has. So yeah, I guess if people who are
I
listening don't know, we made a scratch battle with cut and paste records and Playground, and the idea was like it was just there was nothing going on, and we were like, well, it's kind of off season for scratching because spring there's not usually the time, like DMC IDA is later in the year, and we're like, let's just make a scratch battle. Okay, let's make one, and we're like, what can we do for prizes? And the cut and paste guys were like, we'll make a scratch record that's only one version, like, and I was like, well, what about we make three of them so I can have one, you guys can, and they're like, no, we none of us have it. It's not cool. It's got to be like the only one. So like you've got the only version of that record for sure. Like even the cut
oh
and
my
paste guys
god,
didn't
bro.
make one for themselves, and they're like, we'll make that, and then the winner also gets all of our catalog, like every cut and paste record, and future releases and the coming up this year. And we're like, oh, that's such a cool idea. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, but yeah, man, you did
For me
great. Like,
was
and you really, I mean, did you consciously, I'm guessing you did. In your first round, you thought, okay, I won't show all my scratches, or I'll take it a little easy in the first round, or because it really looked like you went every round, you added a little more of your vocabulary, and then
yes,
there's a big difference between round
yes,
one and final round. Yeah.
yes. It's like a
Yeah.
strategy
Yeah.
because I think that if the in the first round you show all the things you got, then you have no more things
Yeah. You're repeating the things later
to
rounds,
get
right?
surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yes,
a great strategy. Yeah.
it's but you can lose
You could not
or
make round one,
it,
right?
it
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
yes, because if you don't, if you I don't know, if you get short with the combos and the variety
Hmm.
of the
Scratches.
techniques, maybe you can pass
Yeah,
the next round. So it's like
it's difficult.
yes, and sometimes it's difficult to do it because you have to scratch with
With the brakes on. Yeah,
um,
like stopping yourself a little bit.
yes, yes. You are not scratching like you used to do,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes it's a little bit hard.
It's definitely a good exercise to try. Like I was talking to Ejaculate from UK about
Mhm.
battles, and he was saying he gave me like I don't know. He said he heard it somewhere, but he was like, You'd much rather hear a guy doing 70% of what he can do really well than hear a guy trying hard to do 100% and kind of nervous. You don't want to hear nervous
Yes,
scratching. You want to hear comfortable scratching. So if you're comfortable at
yes,
doing
a clean
70%,
cut.
do 70% in the battle, then trying for 100% and sounding nervous. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, that's a good wisdom. I need to
I
remember that.
I agree on this.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the okay, so that was the first time you won the battle. And that was in spring, and then the other battles were also that same year. So yeah, you must have been really excited in 2019. Yeah, feeling good.
Yes, man, I didn't expect this, but the Barcelona battle that I won in September, um, in 2018,
Mhm.
I get third place. So in 2019, I want
Yeah, yeah, you got to beat that.
to yes, man, and I was lucky, and I won it.
And is there anybody that you're scratching with that lives near you? Like any friends that are coming over often for practicing, or like it seems like you're seeing other Spanish scratchers at scratch events and battles, but is there anybody who's close to you scratching that you're meeting with, multiple times a week, or any other DJs you're learning from that are close by?
Yes, yes, Jules DJ.
Yeah, who you
Jules,
mentioned. Yeah,
before this pandemic shit, I met him 2 3 times in a week,
I see.
and we spent all the day practicing together with Chris Keith, Big Phalanges, Daffles. Um, um, he has a kid,
Yeah, they
and
got the baby,
and
or not a baby
he
anymore, but yeah,
he
yeah.
can't meet every day, but with
Right.
Daffles I practice a lot of times too. And I have a very good friend in Badajoz and here in Spain, Ivan de Jota, and this guy was the DJ that uh, makes change my mind change on this game and in
Yeah,
scratching, because he is always talking with his hands. It's always I don't know. It's always flowing. It's I love his style, and he changed my mind because I start to practice another thing when I met this guy,
yeah.
and today I scratch like I scratch because of him.
Mm, mm.
And then the times I met Jose Rodriguez, uh, he always teach you some things. He always say, "Oh, look at what combo I learned." That he is always trying to help all of us here,
Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, it's always
and
interesting to have, like, everybody usually has that one guy that they, learn from, or like for me, it was a friend, Christian. He showed me, he's the guy who said, "This is a chirp. This is a one-click flare. Now do it. Now go practice. This is a two-click flare. Stop using your crab fingers. Use one. Stop twiddle.
yes.
Learn one like a man. Like, yeah, yeah. It's always interesting to know who influenced, and then of course I mean, you pick up their style as well. It's in your head. I hear his style of scratching when I scratch, especially when I do certain things. I like it's he's the reference. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And what was his name? Sorry, what was the guy's name that you were talking about? I forgot.
Jules DJ.
The other guy, the other guy that you said that he was the flowing
Ivan de
style.
Jota.
Ivan Nahota.
Ivan de Jota. It's Ivan DJ, but
Okay.
the name is Ivan de Jota. So he is a electric engineering.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's says like this in electrical
Yeah, yeah,
engineering.
yeah.
I don't
Electrical
know.
engineering. Yeah,
And he does a lot of mods. He builds fretless faders,
yeah.
a lot of mods to the mixers and the turntables.
Mm.
He's a crazy guy.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's always good to have a friend like that around. We got a few friends who are doing this too. They're like, "Oh, you want to put that? Ah, I'll do it. Come on, bring it over. Bring the turntable over. We'll fix it. Oh, your mixer's making weird noise. Bring it over. We'll fix it. Check everything, and I've learned a lot from a friend like that as well. It's very cool.
They aren't afraid to code the mixer.
Nah, not at all. They're like, yeah, let's open it up and figure it out. Yeah, yeah, I like this style, man. It's super fun to do that as well. Yeah. So, you mentioned you're making music as well, though. You're making beats and stuff, or
I tried, but I I don't have the patience. The
mm.
patience. I don't know patience
Yeah, patience. Yeah.
to to practice this.
Mm.
Because I always start making a beat, and when I have maybe 4 bars and I like, I turn on the mixer and I start scratching over those bars, and then I stop it. I
Yeah.
stop making the beat,
Yeah, I know
and
that. I know that exact
I
problem.
I made that. Yes, is I haven't this motivation
Yeah.
that I have with the scratch,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I don't produce any beats.
And what about, because I've only seen you in scratching battles? Are you practicing juggling and like routines or anything like this? Are you going that route? Or
In the At the beginning, I start to practice beat juggling, but it's like the same thing with producing beats. In fact, when you are doing a beat juggle, it's like producing a new
yeah,
beat. So
it literally is. Yeah. So
um,
the definition is making a new beat. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't this motivation because I when I learn beat juggling, sorry, it's like I only learn patterns. I don't learn how to make a structure or make something like I can't improvise
Mm,
with beat juggle, beat,
mm,
beat juggling. Sorry,
yeah.
and I don't like it because always I do the same pattern with all different beats, always doing the same things, and I don't I don't like to be a robot
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't
because,
practiced beat juggling
because
since like night 2002 or something. So, yeah. I understand. But yeah. Yeah, I was curious because I wasn't sure if you were gonna thinking about in the future, like trying to do the, the DMC IDA routine route or the showcase kind of stuff, or you're a scratch man, straight to the scratching.
maybe in the future, because it's true that I want to try new things, but at the moment I only turn on one turntable, the left
Yeah,
turntable, and the right turntable.
yeah,
Maybe I go removed it, and
yeah.
I don't want to know anything about beat juggling
And so
at
what do
the
you think?
moment. But
What do you think this year? You're gonna enter IDA scratch and did they have IDA in Spain this year? Last year?
no, last year no, we
No, they only had the wild
didn't
card thing.
have it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They only did like
Yes.
the wild card thing. But I think you should try it for the IDA scratch. I think you could totally, easily get up there.
Maybe I'm going to try it, but Jose Rodriguez,
I,
it's a
I mean,
hard.
I've seen him scratch, in person and online a lot, and I think if I was gonna bet some money, I haven't seen him scratch the last year, but I think it would be a very interesting battle, and anyone could win between you two. It could go both ways.
Yes, everything can happen, but uh,
Beat
I
him,
think
beat him.
Jose. But of course, it's everything. Everything could happen,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
maybe this year, I present a video for the IDA,
yeah. You
but
should
now I don't want to
think
think
about it.
in these things because the stress. that I have in these past months, it's very hard, man.
Yeah. Have you been scratching since the battle ended? Since the hardcore Scratch Nerds battle ended?
Yes, yes, but I'm still getting out all
Yeah.
this stress,
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
and I scratch maybe 20 minutes, something like that, because I'm still with the
Yeah, I
I
understand.
overwhelmed,
Yeah,
no.
IDA World ended in December, and I recorded for that maybe the first week of December or the end of November, and I'm already still like kind of just getting back into scratching because I was so like just burnt out from the thinking about it
Yes,
and watching it and thinking about it and stressing and recording and yeah, it's been 3 months, 4 months or something, and I'm just now being like, ah, I'm liking scratching a lot again. Yeah,
yes,
but yeah,
man. When I upload the last video and I click enter, it's like this all of
yeah,
this end,
yeah, yeah.
and it's very very satisfying.
I remember talking to IQ about recording battle parts for his online, and I asked him like, "How many times are you recording?" And I expected him to say 10 times for my thing, and he was like, 150 to 300 or 400 times. But I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, man. I just go, mess up, stop, start again, mess up, stop, start again,
Yes,
just go." He's like, and I would do it for hours, and then I would forget the one that was good in those hours, and I'd be like, oh, I have to look through all that footage now, and yeah, and that actually gave me the idea of when I record now, if I like it a lot, I put my hand in front of the camera after I like it so that I can quickly scroll without listening and see the like
yeah,
long hand in front of the camera. That's skateboard guys do this as well when they're filming skateboarding all day. Anytime there's a good trick, they'll cover the lens with their hand
it's nice.
for like 30 seconds so that it's really easy to scroll through and go, "Oh yeah, there's the good part." So I've been it's
Yeah,
a good trick, man. It's a good one to know. But yeah, yeah, he was like
I
at least
but I
150
do.
times, and I was like, "Oh shit, you record 150 times? I like that's crazy, you know. I thought you would be like 5, 6 times. I'm like you know. Yeah,
They are in other dimension, man. I'm like you. I have to be a lot of time making new takes. It's like you say, you have one mistake, start again.
yeah,
Um, it's always the same thing, and this is what uh, how can I say it? This thing is one of the things that make us better because we are practicing a lot. We are focusing in one moment. You are taking a mistake and you are um, repeating and repeating the same thing for 1,000 times.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you are practicing a lot when you enter in a battle.
Definitely, and it's also forcing you to, you might find something new in there, like so I can't remember who said this once, but he was saying like, well, when you're scratching, it's not a mistake if you can do it twice. if you can if
Yes,
you
yes,
can if
yes,
you can
yes.
repeat it, it's not a mistake anymore. You're just taught.
Maybe uh, in the Oslo Flow documental.
I think that's what it was, right?
I
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
think
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think
Yep, yeah. The Boom City documentary with Dag and Alex. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yes.
And he say like, it's yeah, that's who I heard it. Yeah, 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 that's right. Yeah, man. Uh,
I love this phrase.
oh man, yeah. These guys too. I love their style, man. Like the first time I met them, I was at Jimmy Penguin's house for Scratch Games weekend, and I arrived on a Friday before, and I bought a big bottle of whiskey in the airport to bring to the party, and I get there late, and there's this guy. He's very drunk, right? He's like, you look at him, you're like, oh, that guy's really drunk. And he's like, "Oh, you got some whiskey? Come on!" And he's the only guy who's drinking the whiskey with me from the bottle, and he's already very drunk, right? And I'm like, who is this guy? And he's really quiet, but like, yeah, give me the whiskey. And we're drinking, and then I don't know who he is, and then he go Skratch, and I'm like, holy shit, who is this guy? He's so good. And in a room full of badass scratchers, and he's killing it. And I'm like, and he's so drunk. How is this guy like? Who is this guy? And it was Plato, it was Alex from Oslo Flow, and and we become friends then. But like, yeah, that was my introduction to him, and I knew him from music and from online scratching and stuff, but I didn't know his face at the time. I think it was 2014 or something, but yeah, and I was like, oh my god, I love his style, so stylish, man, so
Yes, because these guys have a very particular style.
yeah, like
They
nobody sounds
they
like Blam from Oslo, like
yes, Blam have a unique style, man. It's
he's a unique person in general, like his when you talk to him, and he's really nice guy and just very unique insights and thoughts on music, and both of these guys are very like talented music minds, like Alex, the Plato, he's also playing lots of instruments. He like at
uh
Scratch Games one year, he's doing his set, and the beat has like a solo with a man, like a small guitar, and he bend down, he come up with a small guitar, play the solo, and then everybody's like,
oh.
they drop it and then scratch again, and like, yeah, 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 man, super cool style, super cool style. You got to come when we have some travel again. You got to come to the Scratch Games, man. Like, definitely.
Yes, man. I looking forward for it because in 2020 I want
Mm.
to
To
go
go.
to Berlin
Yeah, yeah.
and and I want to go to the Portabilis launch and
That's
all
such
of
a fun event,
these
man.
events that
That Portobus Lounge is so good. Like everybody's there, everybody's scratching. It's a super fun event, man. Like, yeah,
I want to meet all of you and
we'll do it, man.
I don't know
Sometime soon, hopefully. Maybe winter, maybe next summer. But yeah, we see how this. I guess the
I
vaccine, right?
hope
We see how it works. Yeah,
yes, man. I looking forward for it because I have a lot of um I don't know how to say is this word in English, but I want to be able to scratch with all of community. I want
yeah,
to new and meet other DJs because I passed the last years watching all of your videos.
yeah,
So
yeah.
for me, it's like, man, I'm talking with the people that I see in YouTube in the social media. For me, it's
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a fanboy of all of you, man.
Oh, me,
It's
me too, man. Me too. Though. Like I'm a fanboy of yours, and everybody I talk to, it's like, yeah, yeah. And with these events, it's really fun, because everybody's so, especially with community scratch games and community scratch barbecue. It's like from the guy who's barely doing chirps to the guy who's world champion.
Mhm.
Everybody's like hanging out, scratching together. When the guy who's learning chirps is doing his chirps, everybody's like, "Yeah, fucking get it!" and yelling and excited, and like, it's such a great atmosphere, man. And there's so many styles of people and music, like people scratching over electro and techno, and then other guys making very artistic, slow, ambient with lots of devices and turntable. It's just it's all over the place. It's so much fun. Yeah, yeah. But definitely, man. Well, I'll make sure that we roll out the red carpet for King Barret when you come through, man. Definitely. Definitely. Well, thanks so much, man, for sitting down and talking. I like your English is great, by the way. Like, yeah, it's fine, man.
Um, I have a little difficult,
Man, it's your English.
but
I mean, my Spanish is basically nothing. I know numbers, food. So, you're already a
yeah,
much higher
but
level.
English is international, so
Yeah.
I have to practice my English
Your English is good though, and yeah, of
and
course, if you were hanging out with everybody, you know, on a weekend, you would be fine, man. Like you're, yeah. But yeah, your English is great, man. No worries about that. And yeah, thanks for taking the time to sit down and talk to me about everything and kind of go through the Barret history. Um, yeah, man, I look forward to seeing what you got coming up. You know, because like you won one Scratch Battle World now. You're gonna go for more worlds, you think? A couple extra world titles, get the 2 or 3 in there.
I don't know. I think it's very difficult, but
You can do it,
I'm going
man. I'm
to
sure
try
of it.
to continue challenge myself because I know there's no limit on this. So
Yeah,
I'm going to scratch all day
and
what I can.
you're still young, and especially in terms of scratching. I mean, to go from 2017 entering a battle and not knowing anything, 2021 world winner. It's
It's
pretty
crazy,
quick,
man.
man. That's pretty good, man. That's yeah. I definitely look forward to seeing what you got coming up, and yeah, man. Let's stay in touch for sure, and hopefully we'll see you in person someday soon. Maybe you come
I
down to
hope that,
Spain
man.
or something. Yeah, nice
Thank
one,
you so
man.
much for let me be here with you, man.
Is there
Thank you so much.
anybody,
It's an
anything
honor.
you want to promote, or anybody you want to shout out, or anything like that, or before I
I
cut
don't
off the
know
recording?
because if I talk, if I shout out someone, I'm
Leaving
going to
out somebody.
forget.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. They're like, how could you
I don't
leave them
want to tell
out? Yeah, 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 yeah.
yes, man. I don't want to
No, no,
do
no.
that.
Totally, totally. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording then, man. Thanks again, and yeah, it was really dope talking to you.